So, we find ourselves in a situation where I would, number one, reestablish that office. Secondly, we had a lot of people from the Center for Disease Control stationed overseas to get a out front look at what was coming to the United States of America in terms of further pandemics. We knew what happened with Ebola. We knew what happened with H1N1. We knew that this is not a unique circumstance, and so we got to be prepared to see what's happening abroad and what's happening at home, so we can act quickly. We have to we have an overwhelming obligation once this is over to make sure we have stockpiles of all the kind of equipment, the PPE we're talking about. We have to invest more money in dealing with pandemic research, dealing with viruses, dealing with studies relating to what these viruses are likely to be in the future. There's more than one coronavirus. This COVID-9 is one strain of that. And there's a lot of means we have to take now to make sure we have the testing capacity nationally to deal with what will be coming, not just what has already come. And I would consider, we were talking with my staff today and the docs that are working with me, former heads of the CDC and other organizations, and I have a conference call with them every morning that lasts about an hour to an hour and a half. And we're talking about the need to set up a pandemic office that in fact is looking ahead, and maybe even set up a cabinet position that is like after 9/11 we set up Homeland Security because we hadn't faced this concern about terrorism on the level that we found it. I think we have to look beyond, and we have to cooperate with the rest of the world instead of walking away, not helping the World Health Organization. Look, you can't build a wall to keep out a pandemic. You can't build a wall to keep a virus out. You've got to see when it's coming, and you got to be prepared to shut down. You got to be prepared to deal with it in a way that people are equipped to be able to be safe in the face of it. And so there's a whole range of things that, researchers now are racing for a new vaccine. And, we have a number of laboratories across the country, private laboratories and government laboratories. I think we should be pulling them together so there is one coordinated effort, all working together. A little like I did with the cancer research effort when we found that cancer docs didn't really work well with one another. They all were going their own separate route. We should be in a position to bring all these expertises together so we begin to focus on what needs to be done. There's a whole range of things that I think are necessary, but I think that it's going to have to be, we should be able to take advantage of this terrible crisis to make things a hell of a lot better for the next generation that's going to face this again and again and again, so that we don't have to face it the way we did this time.
Thank you so much, Vice President. Vice President, we also have another question that has come from one of our viewers. Her name is Lisa, and she said,